Jim mentioned, and some of the ones he did. I mean, from the beginning, when we started talking about this Trans-Pacific Partnership, 12, and it's bigger than the ones we typically deal with. It's NAFTA, it's 3 countries, and we had free trade one with Canada was 2 countries. Here we have 12 countries of differing economies, different legal structures, differing outputs in their GDP, differences. Now, free trade, absolutely. Absolutely. Lower tariffs, promote competition, do all the things we want to do to promote business and commerce across the seas, you know, whether it's in the United States, in Vietnam, in wherever it's got to be. But the problem I have with the TPP, and I've expressed this from the beginning, first, I think it was 36 chapters was this agreement, and only about 6 of them actually dealt with trade. The other, you know, 29 or 30 chapters dealt with whether and how we were going to follow our environmental standards, whether and how we might follow our labor standards. And most importantly, the thing that I consider the biggest problem with the TPP is this ISDS issue. Because fine, when you have a trade agreement with 1 country or 2 countries, having an investor settlement dispute arbitration model works fine. When you have 12, it's the wrong way to go, because here's what happens. It's 3 lawyers that aren't elected, that have binding authority to define and possibly undermine, collaterally attack the public policy of our nation. And Canada's already seen this under NAFTA. Forget about what will happen when there's 12 investor companies that could possibly attack our wage laws, our hour laws, and most importantly, our environmental laws. This deal was negotiated behind closed doors for however long, a year, 2 years, I can't even remember how long it took. And then we actually got bits and pieces of it. It was kind of bled out to us. And then when we did get it, Jim was one of the folks who thought, you know what, let's do fast track on this. I don't agree with fast track, especially in a deal this big. Part of the responsibility as a congressman and as a Congress is to review treaties, is to review what the president said. When Jim says, we're going to see if this is what the president promised, well, hold on a second. That's our job to do it on the way in, not on the back end, thumbs up, thumbs down. No. And this is different because, you know, when there's 2 or 3 countries, fine, maybe some fast track words. 12, I disagree with it. But more importantly, this isn't 1785 anymore. If there's going to be a treaty, if there's going to be, you know, complicated components, we could email it to each other on a cell phone. We're not sailing the treaty packet across the seas on parchment in a sailboat to figure out, okay, yes or no. Oh, 535 people said that, we got to sail it back now. And we could even have done a better job. Something called fast track light. This is what I would propose if I was in Congress. How about the leaderships? The caucus leadership, the Senate and the House. 4 people. You have a majority and minority leader from the House, a majority and minority leader from the Senate. Guess what? We will give them authority on behalf of the Congress, which is supposed to vet these things, to take a look at it as it's being negotiated, as opposed to a take it or leave it deal. Don't agree with fast track, don't agree with take it or leave it deals, and I don't agree with Congress giving away its authority to the president. That's what you're there for. We have a federal government that has 3 equal, separate branches that are supposed to check and balance each other. When you give fast track authority in big deals like this, you're giving up that check and balance. You're giving away you're not obligating your duty. So here's the problem with the ISDS thing, and this is the main problem now. Again, there's a lot of good in the PTT. Don't get me wrong, because the tariffs down, customs reformation, good stuff. But and this I'm going to quote Elizabeth Warren here, who, when they walked in this room tonight, would have thought that Shaban was going to quote Elizabeth Warren. Anyone? Elizabeth Warren actually wrote an article, it got picked up everywhere, I saw it at the Times, I think, where she said, you know what, if a U.S. labor union wants to, well, let me back up, if a Vietnamese company, an investor under this deal, a company, or a trade group from Vietnam, decides that our wage and hour laws are potentially a technical defect or a technical infringement to trade under this deal, they get to go to this 3-panel unelected group of lawyers to tell the United States what it can do with its wage and hour laws. Same thing with environmental laws. If some group in Vietnam or anywhere else decides that, you know what, we think that, the cafe standards or the oil pipeline coming down, whatever it is hurting our trade, they get to collaterally attack what we decide as a Congress and as a nation what our wage and hour laws are supposed to be. They get to collaterally attack it through a binding, non-elected, 3-party panel of lawyers, God knows where they're from. That's not how we run our affairs. But let's flip, this is where Elizabeth Warren comes in. She gives that example, which she says, but if a U.S. labor union, and again, when you walked in on that, you thought Shaban would be trying to protect U.S. labor unions. Well, here I am. If a U.S. labor union wants to protest the wage and hour practices of Vietnam, whether it's slave labor, underpaid labor, children, whatever it is, they have to go to the courts of Vietnam to do it. So they're not part of the agreement, they're excluded from the agreement. So what we've done is paint a huge target on our back, because guess what? We have the most progressive and progressed court and regulatory structure for wage, hour, environmental laws, and everything else. Canada's already seen this under NAFTA. Canada's being collaterally attacked from Mexico and some American companies because of their socialized medicine. They're saying, hey, that's a technical barrier to trade because it's making your products cheaper. So the sovereign country of Canada is already having this problem just in the three-party deals. They wait a second, how can this panel from the NAFTA deal tell us how we're going to run our health care? That's what's going to happen under TPP. Now, again, there's a lot of good left in there. There's a lot of good things I think we should pick up, but I think we got to start over. I think we should start over, take the good, weed out the bad, and try it.
So that was interesting, but there was pretty much nothing in that presentation that was accurate. And I want to stress again, that I have not yet made a decision on the TPP, so I'm not going to get put in the position of defending